Stuart Bowes has a fantastic Galant VR4. He's going to tell us all about it.
Fantastic car it is, most definitely, but it's a 1989 Galant VR4 built by Ralliart Australia. So I believe the very first one they actually built. So Ross Dunkerton was the first driver to actually use the VR4 here in Australia, and he used it in 1989 Rally Australia.
Tell us about driving all-wheel drive compared to things like the Z car.
Well, after the Z car, it really was Datsun 1600s and even Subarus. But when I got the deal with Mitsubishi, the first event I ran, which was the pre-runner to the World Championship, I drove a Starion, which I thought was a fantastic motor car. But the interesting thing was that Kenjiro Shinosuke had actually brought out a VR4. And that's the first time I've ever seen it. And the deal was, like, this is going to be great. And I was talking to the Japanese, they said, oh, this is a very fast car. This is not faster than Starion. Anyway, towards the end of the event, they said, maybe it is not so good because you are in ahead of the car. But that was the first time I ever saw it. And then the next year I actually drove one. And the first time I tested it, I got out and they said, what do you reckon? I said, this car will make average drivers heroes. That's how good it was. It was just a fabulous motor car, always has been, and it's certainly my favourite rally car.
And it did exactly that. It made an average driver look good.
And here's an average driver who became a hero.
There's one here too.
Yeah, I'm living proof of what he says because no one knew me at all, for the 15 years prior to Rally Australia when I first drove one. And that was, I first drove a Group N VR4 in the 89 event where this particular car that Ross drove made its debut. So I remember this car very well. And then I think during that season or towards the end of it, maybe the 1990 season, Ross was doing tyre testing in this Group A car and I got invited to the tyre test. And then in the 1991 Rally of Canberra, Ross had a brand new version and I had a drive of the one that's here today. In that event, Ross was the winner. I was second with Harry Manson as co-driver.
A very average drive.
Look, they were fantastic days. You were up against Possum in the Legacy back then and a very strong national championship field as well. And as Ross just said, they were amazing cars, both the Group N version and the Group A car. But of course, a big eye-opener. They were pre-restrictor days, so they revved to 8,000 RPM, had huge turbo boost. Dog gearbox, that was my first experience of a dog gearbox, so terrific cars.
Just explain, Ross, for people who've never driven a four-wheel drive rally car, what technique difference is there?
Well, you don't need to be as sideways as you are with a rear-wheel drive car, and you can just get into a corner or out of a corner so much quicker. It's so much safer to drive on the dirt with a four-wheel drive car, like it's chalk and cheese. And of course they put the power down, and if you get into some difficulty, you've got that front-wheel drive pulling you out of a problem. So yeah, fantastic.